because you experienced something, see it, hear it, felt it, doesn't make it truth.
Hey YouTube, hope everybody's doing well. This is a very important video for myself, and I hope that you would listen to the whole video before hitting that stop button. I am going to read something I already posted on my channel. I sent it out as a bulletin. I don't know if everyone got it. I might add some other comments as I read it. So this is a very important video, and I would hope that many of you would have a open mind, and I pray that you have a heart of understanding. So here I go. I was raised Catholic, went to Catholic school for 8 years, and even was an altar boy. I thought it was a way to be more holy. I left the church in my teens, but still had a desire to know and pray to God. After examining, not close enough, or as many other views, philosophy, psychology, astrology, etc., I came to be a born-again Christian in 1985. I attended church for many years and different denominations: evangelical, Pentecostal, and Baptist influence. After a great disappointment in church and religion, I stopped going in 1996, but I never left God or Christianity. I would still read, pray, and listen to Christian radio, but was pretty much doing my own thing. It was late in 2004 that I felt needed to get off the fence and seek God wholeheartedly and surrender all. I started to have one of the most spiritual times of my life. I never experienced God more than I have at this time. I was literally in a euphoric state for a couple of months. I had a boldness that was so unlike my character. This euphoric state, I would get up in this state. I would go to bed. It was really a tremendous time of my life, and I think that was the start of it was a turning point in my life to get me where I am now. Then of course I thought joining a church was the thing to do. Though I met wonderful people, I had an extra sensitivity to what was going on. Religion, tradition, and feel-good programs was the order of the day. I went along with it for about 2 years, but my insides were crying out. I did more research and found out that the origins of the church system was very much pagan. I stepped out of the organization and had more intimate fellowship with other believers who were more interested in a relationship with Christ and God than with a quote-unquote church. I then had a desire to come on YouTube and teach this message of no religion, just relationship. I also was on Stickam. But through my interactions with others of other beliefs and non-belief, more questions arose. I studied and read more to answer these questions, especially those of the inconsistencies of the character of God in the Old Testament with the New. I have come to realize that much of what I have taken literally was more metaphor, and that a lot of the stories and commands could not be of God, but of other influences, man and myth. I also saw contradictions, mistranslations, and errors. This has been very challenging for the last 2 years, but truth is what I seek. Truth is what I want. Truth is what I ask from God with all my heart and being. This has been on the forefront of my mind for quite a while. I can no longer deny what is going on inside of me. Though I can draw much inspiration and truths from the writers of the Bible, I can no longer see it as the inerrant, infallible Word of God. As far as Jesus Christ, I can no longer say he is God, but a very anointed prophet with very valuable teachings. As far as the resurrection, I am agnostic. The accounts contradict and are inconsistent. If eternal salvation is of the utmost importance to God and our lives, I think God would have wrote a better book, and Jesus would have wrote something as well, and would have been well preserved. I can never deny the existence of God because of the very experiences I have had. I have now discovered Deism, the belief that we can know God through nature, which is his universal word, through reason, which God has given us, and my experiences. I still hold Jesus Christ's teachings and way of life to the highest regard. He taught the most important law: love God and love your neighbor as yourself. Also, do unto others as you would have done unto you. This sums it up. This sums it all up for me. It is with these new beliefs that I now call myself a Christian deist. I know that many people have seen this change happening in me through my interactions with them. And I hope that those that have been subscribed to me, especially those from the beginning, there are people out there that I'm very fond of, who have great hearts and do want to serve God and love people. And I hope that you guys would still stick around. I think of Christopher L. I think of God Uses a Mac, though I haven't seen him in a while. I think of Cajun Punk. I think of Danny Phillips. I think of a lot of other people. I'm sorry if I forgot your name, that have been there from the beginning. Also, Jeanette, the Jet 61. Bless your heart. She always sends me messages of encouragement. One of the very few who have really shown a deep interest in what's been going on in my life and stuff. So that's a special thank you to you, Jeanette. Thank you so much for those PMs. Again, it's truth what I seek, and I hope that many of you would stay subscribed. Those of you who would unsubscribe, I totally understand. And maybe even through this, maybe some of you are definitely going to subscribe. Maybe you have some of the same questions I've been having. As far as future videos, my question now is whether to keep my old videos up or just start a new channel. I'd love your input on this. I never forget what Wayman29 said one time about, you should always, he said that you should, even if your beliefs change, that videos should kind of stay up there. Kind of shows the progression of your thoughts and beliefs and how you come to realization of things. So Wayman, thank you for those words. I think you had them for someone else, so it was just a general statement, but for some reason it just stuck with me. So I don't know how that's gonna go about. But in future videos, we will be looking at I guess certain scriptures and contradictions, and maybe I'll give you more of what deism is about and what a Christian deist is. I will put there are links in the description so you can get more information about that if you so choose. So I know some